Have you ever seen a rainbow in black and white? The image allows you to really focus on its bands of light in its gorgeous form. Isn't it beautiful? So odd, so strange. On occasion, when viewing a subject from a different vantage point, it can become something else entirely, something new. The experience can take your breath away.
Indeed.
For some people, this is extremely difficult to do. Some continually gaze at the world around them and it grows dull in their perceptions. They are either ignorant to the possibilities that surround them, or are constantly put down by others for even the thought of dipping their toes into a more expansive world. So much so that they forget it can exist, or that they have become too afraid to explore it. I am Mr. E, and you are creative. Maybe you already know this, or maybe you have absolutely no clue what I'm talking about. The purpose of this series is to show you new ways to view the world, and to view yourself using your inner creativity. There is so much to see, so much to feel. The powers of love and hate, of light and shadow, and of wonder and ignorance will be explored. History's myths and facts will be analyzed for inspiration. Science will be acknowledged, and in some cases, defied, so that you can see yourself as a creator with glorious purpose.
New way.
It starts with you, the unique individual. No matter how hard you try to be someone else, you will never be them. You are and always will be you. Fingerprints and DNA tests may set us apart on a biological level, but it's what lies in here that counts. The human brain, your ultimate creation engine, a portable dream machine, more powerful than any set of muscles or atomic device. This is where your perceptions are created, born from your most basic human senses and further shaped by your experiences and expectations. It's where all these elements can be translated into creative expressions. The brain is made up of many different sections, with specific functions such as taste and sight. However, there is no single section for creativity. Present-day image scans show the brain can use over 40 sections for creative expression. Some people use more or different parts than others depending on the creative actions they are partaking in, and their complexity. Someone who composes music would use more sections attributed to auditory responses compared to someone who paints portraits. Just as someone looks different on the outside from one another, there are even more differences inside. The most basic perceptions, such as sight, are already wired into us from conception. Creativity is something that is learned from using our perceptions and experiencing new things with them. Every individual has their own experiences. Some have never seen snowfall and believe it is almost mythical. Others see snow every day and do not think much of it. Some are picky and have only eaten the red jelly beans from the bag, while others gorge down the whole bag and almost eat the plastic. Some people have parents who encourage them to pursue whatever career they choose, while others have never felt a warm hug. All these experiences affect the individual with various levels of impact. These impacts alter your view of the world and your behavior, and can be positive or negative. Either way, you are learning something.
Exactly.
Many artists and creators claim a similar experience as a source for their inspiration in their works. However, each of these personal conclusions represented is unique to each individual creator. For example, it is believed that Salvador Dali created his famous painting of clocks to represent how his adolescent years have melted away due to time and maturity. His experiences through life have shaped his view on growing up, and he expresses this in his art. As someone who has embraced individuality, I have my own views on the nature of time.
Throughout the minutes, hours,
we can talk about those in Chapter 4. Getting back on topic, your individuality is a crucial part of who you are and how you can be creative. However, there is an element that can damage both: conformity. Conformity is the opposite of individuality. It is also immensely boring. While creative individuals work to fulfill their creative capacities and passions, those who focus on conformity simply let society choose their lives for them. 20th century philosopher Richard Taylor called these people willing slaves. Taylor believed that most people primarily rely on the approval of others to gain self-worth, and that they are willing to go to great lengths to get it. It is one thing for people to critique your creations, but it's another for people to demand you stop making them. What if you were the only person in your town who enjoyed baseball, and everyone else told you it was a ridiculous sport? Would you stop watching or participating in baseball games? If all your friends told you that setting homes on fire was the new cool thing to do, would you participate? Would you be willing to sacrifice your personal passions and ideals just to feel normal around other people? Does that really sound like a life to you? Create your own life story. Focus on being yourself. Surprise yourself by creating things you did not think were possible. Do not let others tell your story for you. They should be spending that time focusing on writing their own. All your unique qualities, experiences, and ideas make you an extraordinary being.